All right, we are live. My name is Meryl Fury. I am president and CEO of Plant-Based Nutrition Movement here on Natural. This evening with the most wonderful Danielle Medina, we are going to be talking about the Radiant Roots Optimal Health Bundle, which we are doing in support of our community, really, because so many people do not get information that really is readily available, but it's not readily available. So we'll be talking a little bit about that and looking at what's in the bundle and getting to know a little bit about Danielle Medina. She is founder, creator, owner, and operator of Fit and Play Mama, which is a multifaceted health coaching service. She is in New York. I know she is also a food for life instructor. So she's got all kinds of tricks up her sleeve about food and making it lovely and yummy and nutritious. And she is plant-based herself. She works a lot with her daughter to deliver these classes and to she's also a yoga instructor. This girl's got skills. Okay. So we're just going to jump in and have a great conversation. Welcome, Danielle. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Meryl, for inviting me on tonight. I'm super excited. And I want to really dive deep into what I have to offer everyone here and just all of the knowledge that I have accumulated through my 20 plus years in the health industry. And this bundle really is something that's near and dear to me. One, because my first job ever was in a yoga studio. That was my first job. And I learned so much and it's funny because now when I think back when I was in that yoga studio at 18 years old, I was learning not only how to keep my body healthy, but I was learning from the yoga instructors there that were also vegan. And they were, yes. And being so young, I was really being exposed and introduced to healthy living, healthy eating at such a young age. So I really feel like this literally has been like a lifelong journey for me. I love it. I love what I do. I wake up every morning just happy to help people.
And I am so glad that you get to do that. You know, there's so many of us. Hold on, let me turn off my noisemaker here. I thought I had that handled. So many people in the health and wellness space really are not happy, right? We are working, we're feeling like we're missing some critical elements. We're not actually able to do anything super long lasting or far reaching for our clients. So it's really good that you are in a place where you feel like you've got, a handle on what keeps you excited about what you do, which is beautiful.
Absolutely. Yeah. And coming from the background of, again, having the fitness background, and I went to college, I studied nutrition and food science, and then becoming a mom, and then starting to think about how am I going to feed my child the healthiest type of food, because that's something that I think we all want, right? It's not only for ourselves, but for others, whether you have nieces or nephews or grandchildren, the youth, that is where it's at. We want to make sure that the next generation is literally going to be able to handle the world and all the things that there's a lot of issues that we're dealing with in the world, and we need a generation that's going to be strong and healthy and have enough knowledge to carry us into the next into the next century.
Right. I'm so glad you brought that up because my total passion is working with children. You probably know that already. And, the more we look and the more we pay attention to what's going on with their children, it gets to be a little bit scary. I do have the honor and privilege of traveling all around the country, public speaking these days. And I speak on the subject of children's nutrition and children's health. Now, you've heard that when people speak in front of a group, It's supposed to be edutainment, right? It's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to be a little bit of a stand-up comedian, or you're supposed to be able to do something to keep the audience entertained.
Right.
Danielle, I have not found a way to make this subject fun, entertaining, jokey. I cannot. The level of challenge that our children face right now, where every diagnosis, every chronic illness, things that were only seen in adults before, things that never occurred in children ever, all of it on some sort of 45-degree rate of incline is frightening. It is
Mm-hmm.
frightening. It is
Mm-hmm.
something that we need to do something about, like right now. The situation is, as I say, urgent and dire. We can't play around anymore. So, on that lovely note, I know, like I said, I get really grim pretty fast, but um, tell us a little bit about how you work with your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
What's the dynamic there?
Well, I invite her into the kitchen as much as possible. I want her to know where her food is coming from. I want her to understand the meaning of eating healthy, right? Because not all our friends eat this way, right? So sometimes you can be the lone wolf in the group
Mhm.
and not feel like, well, why are they eating this way and I'm eating that way? And so, this whole concept of wanting to fit in. And so it starts with just educating them on just the importance of eating healthy and what that means, and what does that mean, how, to help their bodies grow, to help their brains grow, to help them feel good right after they eat something and not sluggish. Oh no, I don't know if we lost you just now. Earl, are you there? There
I'm
you are.
here. I just put
Okay.
you on by yourself.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm gonna put you back on by yourself just for
Okay.
like 30 seconds.
Got it. It's all about just being able to bond over food. I think it's the greatest thing to do. We all have to eat, and we all have to, at some point, when you get older, they're starting out as kids, but when you get older, you really want to know how to make your own food, right? I know for me, it took me a while to learn how to make my own food as an adult. And I was trial and error, but now knowing what I know, I want to just pass that down to her and let her know that she knows a lot of information now about food. She's only 8. Oh, no, I'm sorry. She's only 9 now. She just turned 9, and she can like give a lecture on why to eat, why it's so important to eat plant-based foods. And I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So she gets it. I mean, there's those special occasions of birthday parties, and those are the outliers, where you're not always eating, say, like pizza or cake or something like that. I don't want to like alienate her, but at the same time, when she eats something like that, then she's like, I feel a little, sluggish. I feel a little bit like my belly hurts a little bit. Well, so
Mm.
she is identifying, the actual like cause and effect of
Mhm.
food,
Mhm.
which is
Good for
great.
her. Yeah, that's really good. I have a friend lives not far from me now. I'm in Wisconsin, right? A friend in Illinois, excuse me, who has a daughter's 10, and this past school year, starting, I think it was around about September, right as school started. Now, this is a friend who has kept the daughter's diet as clean as she could, like you're describing, the occasional birthday party, the one-off sort of thing where you have treats and, it's got dyes and sugars and things. Okay. The little girl came home, her daughter came home one day, like after the first week of school, and said to her mom, I want to eat like all the other kids eat. And the mom was like heartbroken. Like, oh my gosh, I have really tried to keep her diet clean and keep her healthy that way and empower her and all that. But I can't deny her the opportunity because, like, you just think about, okay, what happens if I say, no, absolutely not? You
Right.
will not try those foods. You will not have that experience. Well, then you deal with the child rebelling in some way, right?
Mhm.
Maybe
Mhm.
lose trust, maybe lose honesty in the relationship, right?
Mhm.
So the little girl wound up, the mom allowed the little girl to do this test with any standard American diet snack thing for 2 months. She allowed, which was
Wow.
amazing, right?
Wow.
The little girl started having issues with behavior reports coming home from school,
Mhm.
snapping and acting ugly at home with her parents.
Yep.
Um, she started, in fact, most of, I think, what showed up for her was behavioral, like
Yep.
inability to sit still, running up and down,
Yep.
like I said, a temper tantrum, stuff that she would have never done before.
Mm-mm.
And after the 8 weeks trial was over, now, and they did do labs before and labs after. So they were able to see a difference in the labs,
Wow.
showed liver inflammation at the end. And about 2 weeks after they ended this little test, the girl broke out in like a really bad rash on her face related to the
Yep.
liver inflammation. They were diagnosed it as impetigo, but it was, they worked on it using support for her liver.
Wow.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. And how many kids actually are eating that way every day, all day long, every day,
Every
eating
day.
that.
Every
And
day.
they don't connect it
No.
to behavioral issues or cognitive difficulties or neurodevelopmental whatevers.
Yeah.
It's
And
really
then
something. It's
and
really
then
something.
comes the medication after
Yeah,
that.
so the diagnosis and the
Yeah.
medication and the self-esteem and the weight gain and the all kinds of things. It is a terrible spiral, terrible, terrible, and something that we could prevent in our children
Right.
if we at least feed them well. And we know, you and I
Yes.
know that healthy food is not a panacea. It's not a magic bullet, but it sure can stack the deck in your favor, for goodness sake.
Mhm.
Give you the best
Oh,
possible chance. That's for sure.
absolutely. Well, that's why we're here today, because we have amazing knowledge and to share with everybody on that, and for people who are looking to find resources that will help them through this process. That's why
That's
we're
what
here.
we got. Yeah. So let's share screen here and let people
Yeah.
see what we got. Okay. Now, oh no, I almost clicked leave studio. Don't do that. Okay. All right. I'm going to click this
Okay.
and I'm going to share screen and share screen and that and this. And here we are. This is what's available in the bundle. We can actually start from the top.
Mhm.
Just go down really quick. So this
Mhm.
is the Radiant Roots Optimal Health Bundle. It has been designed and curated specifically for people of color. Not that people of color have a totally different biology than anyone else, right? Um, it's that sometimes the information that's available most often doesn't seem like it applies to people of color or like it includes people of color. But this particular bundle is specifically designed for people of color. It talks about obesity. We talk about our goal of plant-based foods and to support everybody's use and understanding of the 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine, which are, okay, Danielle, let's see if we can rattle them off without forgetting any. There's nutrition,
Mhm.
physical
Mhm.
activity,
Mhm.
stress management,
Mhm.
healthy relationships between people,
Mhm.
decrease toxic substances like risky substances like alcohol, tobacco, drugs, as well as there's other toxic substances in our environment as well.
Mhm.
And then sleep. I think that's all of them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'm
Very
so
good.
proud of me. All right. So what's inside the bundle? This is a great collection of resources. We have videos, books, infographics, um, I just a lot recipes, just so much people's personal health journeys. So let's look at it here. The first one here in the top left is a comprehensive guide to nurturing yourself and your baby with whole foods by Dr. Michelle Justice Taylor Tyree. Amazing. One of the things, and maybe you could speak to this, Danielle. One thing we don't often think about is that our baby is developing, obviously, before it's born, and the
Hmm.
importance of the food that the mom eats. Do you have anything you would like to add to that subject?
Yeah, it's so important that there's evidence-based research that shows that women who are pregnant, that can have a healthy pregnancy while eating a plant-based diet. That there is
Mhm.
no need for any type of meat, dairy, eggs, none of that. They can, have a very healthy pregnancy having a plant-based diet. And this shows, actually, I think I recently read somewhere where that women who do give birth to babies and who are leaning towards plant-based foods, their babies are at healthier weights. They come in, they have healthy weights, that they also have, like, maybe sometimes easier pregnant labor, that when they're giving birth. So there's just a lot of benefits to eating this way.
Mhm.
And then probably having a speedy recovery from giving birth. It's, a major thing, a major event, and it's almost like you're preparing for the Olympics, right?
Yeah, it
It's your
is.
own it's your
It's a
own
marathon.
it's your own marathon. It's your own Olympics that you are going through. And why would you not want to feed you and your growing baby the most beneficial food on this planet, that literally, that's what our bodies are craving. It needs
Mhm.
fiber, and the only fiber you can get in any type of food is through plant-based foods. It's
Yes.
just, this is what feeds the gut microbiome. This is what feeds all the great microbes that literally are like covering our whole system here, and our gut. And they need that fiber is like key to helping them, flourish and grow.
Yeah, so true. So true. I love that you said it's like your own little mini Olympics. It is. It really is. And the feeding of the the mom eating a large wide variety of fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and grains and beans and lentils and mushrooms, of course, fuels the mom and keeps her gut microbiome so well nourished. What I was just reading a study not long ago that was talking about the importance of fruits and vegetables, in particular, beans also, grains also, um, and how that certain plant foods provide the basic neurotransmitters or the building blocks for neurotransmitters that comes from the food, so that our the neurotransmitters our bodies use just to like sit and focus and remember, to sleep and to wake up, to you find motor skills and discrimination and all these things. And for children, well, and adults, it's learning and memory and all that comes from the food. It comes from our food. Those neurotransmitters and those building blocks come from the food, and it comes from plants. It is
Wow.
not available in Skittles. It is not available in chicken nuggets or french fries or pepperoni pizzas. Those types of ultra processed foods do not help. So, definitely feeding yourself and your baby as it's developing high quality food just puts everybody off on the right foot.
Hmm.
Next in this list here, we're going to go to that center offer there. It says Fit and Play Mama. Tell us about that one.
Oh, this is great. So this again is bringing the fitness and yoga aspect of my life as well as cooking. So I'm going to start with first the family. It's the family plant-based culinary demonstration. And you get to watch me and my daughter as well. She comes in on different parts of the food demo. And we make these two really delicious recipes. The first one we're making is a sweet potato black bean salad, which is just so good. I love this recipe. It's great for the summer. It's something that a lot of people, even if they're not plant-based, they'll still enjoy this. And you want to get people to try more plant-based food. So this is really great if you're having a picnic. Great choice to have. The other recipe is a berry crumble. And now that we have, you're trying to be seasonal with the foods, tons of berries, you can pick anything, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, whatever berry that you want. Put it in to this crumble. It's absolutely delicious. There's no sugar added. It is sweetened with maple syrup. You could also do date syrup if you want, right? So it's very natural and just very good, hearty, and great for your body. Very kid friendly. Then I have, and you get the recipes as well. You get the recipe handouts. Then we have the yoga e-booklet handout, which is it's designed for beginners or all levels really, but it's great to just start with beginners because a lot of people may not have the background on yoga and you really want to just be very basic about it. So it's suitable for all ages and it just guides you through basic yoga sequences that are some things that you've heard before, right? Like mountain pose and downward dog. So these are things that are very that people know about, but it shows you how to do them. And there's also modifications too if you aren't able to do it, so you can just try your best at doing the yoga poses. The most important thing is that with yoga is you just want to keep your body healthy no matter what age you are. You want to make sure that you are staying active. You want to stay flexible and mobile. And this is just a really great book on how to just be able to achieve that. So I highly recommend that, that you check this out so that you can, one, take this information for yourself, but also you could share it with other people too and help them out as well.
Right, right. So good. Let's jump down to this one. And we'll just talk about this one. I know you were only going to be on for 15 minutes and we've already overstayed your time. Are you okay
Yes.
with time? Okay,
Yes.
we'll just talk about this last one.
Okay.
The Ultimate Lentil Handbook. Now, this is done by Dr. Jennifer Davis. Let's see, we have a little typo on her name there. But what I'm wondering is, what can you tell us about your experience with lentils, Danielle?
Oh, I love lentils. That's probably one of the easiest beans you could ever make. There's no soaking involved. It's like the most easily digestible type of bean legume that you can have because they're tiny. They absorb easily. So for people who are trying to increase more beans in their diet, I always say that this is like the go-to bean because lentils just are so easy to make and they're also just easy to digest. They are there's so many different amazing recipes with lentils and I love like being in New York City, right? We're so what's the word, we get like all the amazing foods of the world here, so we are like I've tried I think recently a lentil stew that was one was Moroccan, the other one was Ethiopian. I mean, it's the spices, right? So just if you get these really delicious spices and you find them in different markets, I know it's hard like in different parts of the country, but you could also, I mean, Amazon, you can always Amazon these spices, but it
Mm,
really like makes it really brings out different flavors so that it's really like your palate really enjoys it. And so I would say just experiment with lentils. This like it's easy, and it's great for kids as well, right?
mhm.
If you have kids and you really want them to try it, and you're in the kitchen together. So I think that this is great. And lentils come in all, if you could see on that book, you have your red lentils, green, you have black, lentils. I
Mhm,
mean,
mhm.
it's just one of those foods that are just really important to include in your diet.
Yeah, I agree. I love like red lentils. They break down when you're cooking them, they break down so quickly and they can become really creamy. So a red lentil soup is a very creamy, smooth texture.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to make lentil sloppy joes,
Oh
you might use something else, maybe green lentils, or you'd use French green lentils. Lentils, there's so many different kinds. Black lentils, lovely stuff. I agree completely with everything you say.
Oh, you know what? The other one I make is the lentil balls. So, when you have your pasta, I love that recipe. The lentil balls, oh, so good. And
Mm,
a lot of times I don't even tell people, I'm just like, here, eat it. And they're just like, this tastes really good. So
yeah,
it's like, you don't even have to let people know what they are.
can be a secret.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the things that we notice, I'm going to stop sharing now, um, is that sometimes, oops, there we go. Sometimes we get some pushback sometimes when we're trying something new
Yeah.
uh, for, uh, just for people to try different things, right?
Hmm.
And sometimes we may or may not actually tell people what is in the recipe because some people may or may not push back, right? So I totally get what you're saying about the lentil balls. And,
Yeah.
actually, I was just like talking to a friend of mine the other day. Mom is in her 70s, right? And she has recently gone whole food plant-based and had great recovery from some nagging illnesses like prediabetes and weight management and some thyroid concerns, right? She's done well. She's cut back all of her medications. She's doing great. Well, she has some daughters who happen to be twins. And the mom wanted to make a birthday dinner for her twin daughters. The daughters are grown. They're grown people with children of their own. Well, my friend, in her excitement about making dinner for the birthday, which is today, I'm gonna have to call her and ask her how it went, makes a pronouncement. We're going to have vegan tacos, is what she says. Oh my goodness. Why did she say that? Oh, such pushback from her kids and the grandkids and, the my friends feeling like, "Why did I say anything?"
Yeah.
"Why do I try? Why?" This is one of the things, we could probably do a whole section, a whole series on how you manage transitioning the family or introducing the family because
Hmm.
so many people are, resistant for no real good reason because
Mm-mm.
the food is wonderful. There's so many flavors. It's a whole world of flavors out there that we can
Exactly.
take advantage of.
Exactly.
Well, Danielle, I feel like I have overstayed my welcome with you. I know you have other stuff going on. So thank you so much for stopping by and waking me up and getting me on camera.
Oh, it's been a pleasure, Meryl. I really enjoy our talks, and I really do hope that we have the audience out there that is listening. Please, this is something that's really near and dear to all of us, and all the contributors to the bundle, and everyone has their expertise in it, and each one is really truly amazing at what they do. So it's something that I'm excited to be a part of, And I hope that we do make an impact on everyone who, purchases this. And this is something that is, we're going to keep at it. We're not stopping. We're going to
That's
keep
right.
going. And until, we really see major results, this is something that's going to be like a lifelong thing.
Yes, so beautiful. Thank you so much. So well said.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right. You take care. Have a good night. I'm gonna keep going for another 20 minutes or so,
Awesome. All
15
right.
minutes.
Thank you, Meryl.
All right. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah. So as Danielle was saying, this is a bundle that has been put together. We said it's curated by well-respected, well-educated, well deep in their practice, all professional healthcare and wellness professionals. Um, I'll go back to our bundle just because we can. Share screen. Just because we can look at this and just see who else is in here. So many of these resources are done by medical doctors, created by medical doctors who are board certified in whatever their specialty is. Some of them are family practice, some of them are internal medicine, adult medicine, different specialties, doctors of osteopathic medicine. And they're also board certified. Many of them, if not all of the MDs, maybe, I believe, are lifestyle medicine professionals as well. So they have taken extra time, extra effort, extra energy to learn all about lifestyle medicine. And like we said before, there are 6 aspects of lifestyle medicine, and all of them are important in how we stay healthy. Although a lot of them get pretty minimal attention on the average day. One of the most important is nutrition, and you'll notice that there are quite a few references in here to food and about food. Um, Talking about the plant-based lifestyle is so important. The value of that alone is, I cannot tell you how important that is. And then other aspects as well, like sleep habits. This one by Dr. Patrice High, amazing, as she's talking about her own health journey and the importance that she found sleep, the role that that plays. Um, Insulin, we're talking about diabetes and insulin resistance, and in this one by Dr. Shayla Toombs Withers. Uh, how many people among us uh, know someone who has diabetes or pre-diabetes? It's a national, talk about an epidemic. That is a national to worldwide epidemic. The growth and the rate of diabetes is just crazy. And it is also affecting our children. Should never happen the way it is, but it is in fact happening this way. So what we can do to prevent it and come to some level of control, actually, and reversal of diabetes. We can do this with food and exercise. It really does happen. And certainly, if it can't be controlled or managed 100%, which it does happen in a lot of people, you can certainly get a good handle on it by managing the food and exercise and stress, keeping yourself healthy that way. This one is my own submission for the bundle, these 3 right here. Like I said, we focus on children at our nonprofit, plant-based nutrition movement. So we have a recipe book with kid-approved recipes and how to clean out your pantry so that you don't have a bunch of tempting and non-healthy disease promoting foods sitting there calling your name every time you go in the kitchen. That's the first thing. That second item, the one in the middle, is 12 healthy food tips and 10 yummy snacks as just suggestions. Let's say you're a grandparent or you're an aunt or you're an uncle. You don't have your kids around you all the time. You don't have little ones around you all the time. And you want to have something that you can do with them when they come visit. This is one, it's a tip sheet. It totally is. So it gives suggestions about snacks that you can make. It could be anything from smoothies to hummus to avocado toast, different things. You can take your favorite little person to the grocery store, have them help you pick out the ingredients. Whatever they want in their smoothie is fine, as long as it's not Skittles, you'll be great. And just, bring them back home, have them help you make it. Um, just great way to get kids engaged. And then the last item there, the purple and blue colored one, are lifestyle strategies for strengthening your family. So it's talking about going out, taking walks, planting trees, um, just, riding bikes, things like that. And of course we know not all those things are appropriate in all neighborhoods, but what is appropriate is spending time with your family and your children and doing the best you can to get, to foster togetherness, manage stress, and get some exercise. We also have here tips for successful gardening. That's by Dr. Latea de Jesus. She likes to garden, and she's put all of her best information in this ebook. Amazing. She talks about companion planting and keeping, what you plant next to what, so that each plant supports the other's growth. It's old wisdom. And she has put it in an ebook for you. She also talks about nutrition label reading, which is an art and a science all of its own. Nutrition labels are notoriously confusing and difficult to decipher, and she has made it simple to understand, simple to make sense of, so that when you go in the grocery store, you're not scratching your head trying to figure out, what in the world am I reading? What is this? She's made it very clear. I'm jumping around a little bit here. This one in the middle here is about crock pot meals. Now, a lot of us are working people, and crock pot meal, if you can put something on in the morning maybe and have it ready to go by the time you get home, what better arrangement is that? It's almost like, take the stress off, make your life easier, make better use of your time, allow the food to cook while you're at work. And these are all vegan meals. So that is what is available in the bundle. Short, quick version. I'm going to stop share. There we go. So I hope that you have a sense of the value of what's in this bundle. It's about $500 worth of material, specially curated for you to help you be healthy, stay healthy, get healthy, reverse your illnesses, manage your stress, eat well, um, and live long and prosperous life, a long, healthy life. It's only $27 for the bundle. I suppose I should. I didn't put the. There we go. You can go there and find the bundle with the address running across the bottom. Go there, find the bundle. It's $27. It is well worth the investment. I can't encourage it enough. You're not going to be able to find so much information curated, especially for you, for such a low cost. You get it, you download it, you have it for life. That's pretty much what it is. So on that note, we're going to wrap it up. That's the royal we, being me. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for stopping by and being on the live with us this evening, for listening. If anybody's watching the replay, thank you so much for being there when you do watch it. And we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.